Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with aBlogtoWatch. Please subscribe to our videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is a review of the Omega Speedmaster Professional Moonwatch. First Omega in Space, numbered edition? Numbered edition is in there somewhere. It's a funny name for a really beautiful watch. This is, I don't even know how to categorize it because there are so many Speedmaster variants out there. Do I say this is like my favorite dressy Speedmaster because it is in gold? Do I say it's my favorite vintage looking one because it's got this cool kind of Panda Dial? Do I say it's my favorite small wearing one because it has a smaller, more traditionally sized case? I don't know. I'm not sure how to categorize this, but this is a beautiful watch. It's really nicely done, not just in terms of detailing, but also design, and there's a lot of great desirable features here. So Speedmaster enthusiasts are going to recognize a lot of the elements here, and there's nothing here inherently new, but it's sort of the combination of things. Being in gold is definitely new, and this is not the only one, but among very few Speedmasters in Omega's 18-karat Sedna gold case. That's essentially rose gold that has some properties that prevents it from the color from fading. It's very similar to Rolex's Ever Rose. One of the things that I first noticed was the Alligator Strap is actually given a matte finish versus a polished finish, which is very unique, and I thought it was not weird. I felt curious about it at first because I didn't necessarily understand why Omega did it, but then I realized they didn't want to have a flashy watch. They wanted to be gold, but they wanted certain elements for it to be subdued. I mean, the Speedmaster, after all, is a sports watch, is the moon watch. It's always supposed to be a tool watch before anything else. And even though there are gold versions, you wouldn't necessarily find one with things like diamonds on it, though I'm sure they exist. It's really about a celebration of timekeeping as well as the history of the Speedmaster. So the case here is just under 40 millimeters wide. I think it's like 39.7 or something like that. As you can see, it definitely doesn't wear large, it doesn't wear small. It's a very good medium size that I think a lot of people are going to appreciate. One of the most stunning things about the first Omega in Space, again, funny name, but it's better than saying Foyce, is this Panda Dial. People have been loving Panda Dial Speedmasters for a long time. They are highly uncommon. This one is really nicely done because it lacks any kind of date. Again, the movement doesn't even have a date, but it's just nice to not have that. And it's not exactly black and white. It's sort of an off-white with a black. And inside of the watch is that traditional Omega, the 1861 manually wound chronograph, the same which is found in all the Speedmaster professional moon watches, as well as most of the limited editions. So that's that traditional manually wound movement, but there's a lot of elements that you would find in the traditional, professional watches that you don't have here that I actually prefer in this watch. So for one thing, rather than having acrylic crystal, you have a sapphire crystal, but it's still shaped in that kind of domed way that looks very much like the acrylic crystal. So I appreciate having the sapphire there. Also around the bezel insert is ceramic. It's a relatively thin insert, but I like the fact that they used ceramic there for the tachymeter scale, which is very, very nice. Let's take the watch off again for a second because I want to show you the engraving on the case back, which is nicely done. There's always sort of a very rich engraving done in relief here, but when it's in gold, I think it looks particularly handsome. Finishing, of course, is very nice. You have that nice strip on the side there where it's brushed. Actually almost looks satinized the way they brushed it. The polished elements. This is just a stunning timepiece. No one that I've shown this watch to or seen it has thought anything but the fact that this is gorgeous. It's not cheap, but it's a very beautiful watch, and you have a great combination of these traditional elements, some newer materials, a design that just looks fantastic. I actually didn't think there was a steel version of this, and then someone told me that Omega did make several years ago essentially the same dial with the steel case. Now I remember the version that had an all black dial with these kinds of hands and this case style and a steel case, but I don't remember this particular dial. So if that's out there, I'd love to know about it. Maybe, I guess I should just go on Google, but I don't ever remember seeing it, and that's weird because I remember when this case style came out. So if there's a steel version with this Panda Dial, that's going to sell out immediately. This one, because it's in gold, of course, is a slightly higher price point, so you don't have those wild Speedmaster sales. But the price for the Omega Speedmaster for numbered edition, first Omega in space, is $18,000. It's not a limited edition, it's a numbered edition, so that means they're only going to make a certain amount until they feel like stopping. And you can see the full review on aBlogtoWatch soon. Thanks.